Were the comms good on LAN? I mean, they weren't great, but they weren't the reason we lost. Actually, I would say part of the reason we were lost, maybe. But again, it was a hard points, and it's not like our comms were always bad. It was just, you know, maybe some person didn't listen to something here or miscomm something. But in most part, it was routing. That like OpTic had no energy, right? I don't know. I didn't necessarily think that too much. Maybe because it was late. We were playing late. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. So cool seeing you and Damon with the boys at the meet and greet. Hey, if I met you guys, that was an awesome time. I appreciate you guys for coming out. It was cool seeing everyone.
Trying to wrap back and control things will be Shotzzy. He'll be kind of the rotation man. Two spawn out deep for Heretics. And now, due to Shotzi's position, this might be real clean for OpTic Texas, and it is. They're down 10, but all the breathing room in the world right now at this P2, and they are.
SNE wins championships as long as your hard point's good, 100%. You can't be losing all your hard points. That's the problem. What do you think went wrong with this map? We couldn't break anything, and we couldn't hold a P3 to P4. We were broken on P4 like twice in this map. Can't be getting broken easily on P4 like that.
Well, that'll be the streak ending for Kenny. Shotzzy looking to have maybe a takeover respawn. Hasn't really had that kind of, you know, bomb.
Like, I'll talk about it. I'll when the situation arises. If he's going to be the route guy that's setting them up for rotations, he can do that as well. You know, this is another thing, like the way we're rotating to the hard point, like, because I mean, Ant can take this route, but we got to be aware that they can just spawn in the back here. So we're causing these splits that end up hurting us sometimes. That happened a couple of times too. But again, it's like a. It's not a consistent thing. Like, it wasn't just, oh, we took a route that spawned behind it. Sometimes it's like, oh, we're supposed to take a route that messed up a timing here, or we didn't take something. You know, there was a routing in general. I think was the issue. Sometimes.
Okay for Heretics there for a moment. Is suddenly 3 dead in all the position and spawns in the world for OpTic Texas.
Yeah, I mean P3 we know could just be so tough. They did a good job early, right? I mean. Metals recognizes the spawn. He's able to pick up Shotzzy.
Yes, the team was playing unlike themselves. Like, usually we wouldn't make these mistakes. Maybe we would bail ourselves out online with how teams played. I don't know. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's like we have to just play more consistent and not have to rely on breaking all the time, which makes sense. But also, I don't know. Again, routing wise, like, why are we not on time here? Like, we talked about this after the match, but in this situation, Ken needs to go short like he did. Brandon should be picking up top, and Kyler should be the one that goes to time off spawn.
Yeah, no, what a great time for a 4-dad.
Or no, sorry, I messed up. Brandon should be the one going to time, and Kyler picks up the top off spawn. But here, Brandon like routes towards old. Doesn't help us at all here. Now white time, and now they get free like pushed up towards the front side, and they're not top here, and Brandon just left out to dry because he doesn't see anyone. You see what I'm saying? It's like one route that someone might have taken completely could screw up everything here. It's like, in that case, I think Brandon should go to time, and then off spawn Kyler can pick up top. Like, Brandon was picking up top a little bit too early, and we talked about this. It's not new information. Why did that just jump back? What the fuck just happened? Were scrims at the event as bad as the matches? No. That was the weird thing. I mean, there was one like warm-up map that we played against Minnesota that I thought we played pretty poorly. But honestly, the scrims that we had, and a lot of them were versus Toronto at the event, I thought we were doing well, which was surprising because it was like we'd go on stage and it wasn't the same. Granted, we didn't scrim on the day we played 2 matches because it was just one warm-up scrim. Is the only day you get to actually scrim is the Wednesday. But the Wednesday scrims were fine. I thought they were actually good.
Nice stuff there.
Let's go straight out of.
The win on the other side. We'll hop out to the sky cam. Take a look here through kitchen. Dashy, Shotsy connecting mid.
The big thing for me was like we warmed up Toronto, or we got warmed up by Toronto before we played LAG. Beat them on both of those respawn maps. Looked good, and then we got up and play LAG, and we looked like we'd never played Hardpoint before. I think there was a problem in the first one where they couldn't hear each other as well. I don't know if it was because the crowd was so loud or because the game sound was very low or very high compared to like their audio and the thing. But I don't know. I don't know how much of that actually caused everything. But we weren't playing well on Hardpoint regardless, so it wasn't really a difference. Yeah, what's good, Yixie? Why so flat? Because we just, again, we weren't playing Hardpoint well. I'm getting the same question, so I'm gonna stop answering them. But if anyone wants in the chat to say this shit that I've said, feel free. Because it's always, I know it's gonna be the same question any new viewer that comes into here. But yeah. Like this is another thing. The same type of thing. Going to the P4. We need to pick up top mid here. Same thing. Ken going short. He's gonna help top mid, and then he needs to have help top mid. Because if they break through top mid here, we're fucked. So they're talking about challenging together, these top guys, but I think by this time Kyler's getting stunned and naded, so he can't really help. Ken gets one with the team nade, and he's still waiting. He's still expecting Kyler to be like helping him out here. So he's in this weird 1v1. He has to take a 50-50 of like which side is he gonna take. Slides on the wrong side, and he's still thinking that Kyler's helping him, but Kyler went to help left here with Ann. So again, either prioritizing what we don't need to prioritize or miscomm or something like that. Routing was, again, another routing issue. And then that's another P4 break. That's 2 P4 breaks in the same game. We weren't rotating well or consistently seemed like, again, chat, routing issues. Routing issues at the end of hills or routing issues when we're trying to break. I've mentioned this many times. I'm not going to keep going on it because it's the same shit. Did that YY for Ken make the difference? Maybe, I don't know. It shouldn't have even got to that point. That's personally what I think. We didn't even deserve to win this map. The fact that we made that little comeback is cool, but based on how we were playing the fucking first 9 minutes of the hard point, I don't think we should even won it regardless. If we came back, I kind of would have still been pissed because we played it horribly. Just because you come back on the last hill doesn't mean that the whole map's fucking good. How does white time affect spawns versus having someone in hill? White time can just cause some random spawn sometimes. There's a different I don't want to say spawn system, but different locations that could be available if it's white time.
Still though, you are down 60.
Yeah, as soon as we got to the listing, it was an early break at P4 for Heretics, and they cashed in again. So, I mean, we just kind of saw some frustrations maybe on the OpTic's side, but yeah, it's good.
Away from the result or a gameplay, how was the arena practice area, and did you enjoy Madrid? I loved Madrid. Food was awesome. The city was awesome. Practice area was actually pretty good. It was just weird though, because we were in these little like cubicles almost. I posted a picture about it, but it reminded us of like a little severance office. The only thing that was kind of bad was that the servers weren't working for a majority of the Wednesday. So we only, like, teams were only able to play 1 or 1.5 scrims, maybe 2 if they played like super late. So we had really bad timing because we left to go eat dinner as soon as they fixed the server. So we only got to play Toronto, but we played Toronto well, so that was like It was still fine. But we, like, the servers weren't even up for, like, a good majority of the day for us to play. Because what happened was, chat, the esports servers weren't working, so they had to relay that message to the guy out in California who's 9 hours behind to fix it. But the thing is, like, we're trying to scrim at, you know, 1 or 2 o'clock maybe, 12 o'clock. That guy is not awake, you know, so I don't think they were able to answer until like 5 o'clock our time or something like that. Would I have winning the bowl? If I was a betting man, I would bet on Mahomes, but I kind of want the Eagles to win just because I don't really want someone three-peating. Feels like servers weren't working well at this major. I mean, on LAN they were fine. Like once they got it up and running, it was just. I don't think scanner repair issues are server issues. I could be wrong. I don't know how that works necessarily. I just know it's like, oh, the player disconnects because it's a scanner repair. But it was like we couldn't even start a private match. We couldn't even get on the game. Were the scrims on LAN? There's no scrims on quote-unquote LAN anymore. Everything is online, technically. There's no more true LAN with PC. Did Ann eat any local food? I mean, when we were going out to dinner, I would assume he ate, I guess, local food, yeah. But sometimes if we didn't have time, they would probably just order.